It is the next day, so we just finished doing that cutout late last night, and it has been raining all day today, with more rain still coming. So it is overcast, drizzle, pouring down rain at times, a little bit of break in the weather here. So I'm gonna go ahead and install those bees. They've been in the Everything Bee Vac through the night. I did leave the top off so it's well ventilated. They're just fine. I checked on them a little bit ago, and of course they're in there buzzing, but they're, I'm sure, chomping at the bit to get out. So gonna go ahead and get a new hive set up. I'm out of room in the apiary. I need to install a new hive stand, so I'm probably just gonna throw them on a pallet, maybe next to that resource colony. If they're still there, because they absconded on me. I have no idea why. They left open brood, which is amazing. Maybe high mite loads from that swarm that I pulled out of the swarm trap. I have no idea. But it appears as though they bivouacked in a bush real close by, so I put them right back in there. They all went inside, and sealed them up yesterday, I think. And I don't know. Time will tell if they're still in there, if they're gonna stay. So let's go ahead. I put the Everything Vac outside under the pole barn overhang so they didn't get rained on. But there they are. You see their little tongues and antenna poking through. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera or not, but all right, let's go ahead and get them in their new home here. All right, let's get the bees rehomed while we have a little bit of sun here, shall we? So I've got this maybe box, which has been okay, but I can't remember the brand of this other wax coated colony that I reviewed, hive that I reviewed. It's terrible. It's falling apart, but I'm down to like very little equipment at this point. So I got to make do with what I have. I've got two frames in here of drawn comb to give these girls a head start. And since Dave and I literally took all of their honey from them out of the cutout, I've got some 1-to-1 sugar syrup in here with Hive Alive supplement. So that'll at least feed these girls, because they're about to get locked in for rain again. It's going to rain some more today. So we've had enough rain in this. I don't know who turned on the water hose, but we've had enough rain here, like enough. We need some sunny days where these bees can get out and forage. So boy, they're in here just going nuts. My plan is, this is what I did last time. It does look like that swarm is at least still in there. I made this cutout, and so it's just a little makeshift out of particle board here. Put it on top. My plan is to turn the bucket upside down, put a brick on top. I'll probably put the at least the outer cover on top of that, and then put a brick on top of that, because we're still going to get some rain, and that should at least help a little bit keep the water out, especially if it's raining straight down. But then I'll come back. I don't know if I'll check later on tonight or if I'll come back in the morning, but all the bees that are in this bucket should have moved down onto the comb. That's what happened last time. I've only tried this once before, but we're going to try it again, and it seemed to work better than just shaking all these bees out. I think there's a ton of bees in here. I don't know how mad they're going to be, but I guess we're going to find out. They weren't too bad during the cutout, so hopefully they're not so mad that they've been cooped up throughout the whole night there and today. But the weather, as far as, yeah, it's been rainy, but they've been sheltered, but the weather's been like in the 60s, 70s, so it's actually been relatively cool, 60s or so. So let's go ahead, open this up, see if a billion of them fly out here, and if I can't get it turned upside down, and at least try to get the majority of the bees inside here. So here we go. Here goes nothing. All right, all leaving, and there's a ton of bees in here. Look at that. So I want to quickly turn this upside down, because if the queen's in there, and yeah, it's going to squish a few bees, and I'm sorry for that, but it is what it is. Okay, not too bad. Go ahead, rotate this. All right, And they've got an opening right here. So what I hope to eventually see is some, ow, you got me, didn't you? Yeah, you're mad. Hoping to see some nazing off. Ow, dang, they are angry. Okay. All right, I know. I'd be mad too. I would be mad too. All right. Well, I don't need the inner cover now, so I'm going to take that back. But I think I'm going to go ahead and place this outer cover just so they have a little bit of a overhead. Yeah, they're angry. I could tell they were angry a little bit. They were definitely humming, and I'm sure it's just because they want it out, but let's see if I can't connect this and just tuck this back in here. There we go. And then try to get that centered. At least we're not going to have heavy winds or anything. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this. I just put the brick on top, but this should work. It worked last time. I just keep some weight on it so it doesn't fall over in the wind. What's wrong with that? It should go down over time, over the next several hours. Still got some chilling on this. Come on, off. She's hanging on for dear life. Look at that. There we go. Yeah, they're still mad. They're all disoriented, not sure where they are. I'm just curious. I'm watching the entrance because that'll tell me whether the queen, for the most part, it'll tell me if the queen's in there or not. They very well could all pour out of here. It's very possible. If there's no queen in there to keep them, and I know there's no brood in there because we weren't able to harvest any of it. So the smart thing would have been to steal a frame of brood from another colony, open brood, and put it in here. Number one, I guess I didn't think about it. And number two, I'm out of time because I got to take my son to physical therapy here. So this was a real quick set up, put him in, walk away, see what happens. So yeah, I don't know. I see bees coming out. I don't see any bees going in yet, but it's still early. They're probably trying to, well, there's a couple bees going in. They're trying to figure out what the heck just happened. So, okay. Well, let's leave them alone to get sorted out. And then I'll come back in a few hours and we'll see what it looks like. All right, we're back. This appears to be a positive sign. Get you in for a close-up here real quick. They haven't all left. So, I'm going to go ahead and take the bucket off, see if the vast majority of them have moved down. And if so, shake the rest out, try to get them out, and yeah, get a top on them and be done. I'm not going to check for a queen right now. It's just there's no need. It's a little bit early. I may go ahead and grab a frame of larvae, really young larvae, or eggs and larvae from another colony over here, put it in here, and that'll really, number one, it'll make sure they stay, and number two, if there's not a queen in there, they'll be able to raise their own. Now, granted, it'll be an emergency queen. Not ideal, but better than nothing. So let's pull the brick off here and see what we're dealing with. This colony's already stung me in the hands like 15 times, so it's a few more, but let's give him a little puff of smoke here. Something to think about. All right. Survey says, oh my gosh, they're all still up here. Look at that. They have not really moved down. Not like I hoped they would. Two options. Leave them here overnight. Put a frame of eggs in here. Maybe that'll draw them down. Or shake them all in here. Boy, decisions. What do I want to do? I think I want to go get a frame of eggs from another colony. I would have hoped the vast majority of them would have moved down onto that comb. All right, pause the video. I'm going to go grab a frame of eggs and larvae, and I'll be back. All right, I got my frame of eggs. Stole it from this nice new, brand new blue dot queen from a swarm. These are her nurse bees and her eggs. Lots of eggs and very young larvae in this frame, so we're going to go ahead and put it in here, and that'll give the bees something to stay for, and then figure out what we're going to do with all the ones in the bucket. I guess I'm going to shake them down. There's a lot of bees hanging onto that. What am I trying to say? Hanging onto that chicken wire. I'm trying to get them all off there. All right, let's take this frame out right here and put the larvae and the eggs in this one. Okay, that one will go back in the donor hive. So here's our eggs and young larvae. Kind of a insurance policy in case the queen is not in here. If the queen is in here and she's mated, I mean, they'll just raise bees from that. All right. Just give them a puff of smoke, something to think about. Lots of bees. Try to shake them all in here. Curious if the queen's in here, if they'll start marching up inside. Just be patient and they'll move out of the way. All right, let's see what happens. I really wanted them to go down there on their own. I think maybe without that, I should have put that frame of larvae in there. Now Dave's got me saying larvae. That frame of larvae down there to begin with. And that might have done it. They are going in. I know you can't see it, but I was kind of leaning it up against the side here to try to get the rest of these bees that are inside to... It's hard to get them off that chicken wire. Scratch that. Borderline impossible to get them off that chicken wire. Look though, they're marching in. Let me bring in for a close-up. Bees. See, they are going in. They're going in at the entrance. Yeah, that's a good sign. Now keep in mind, if the queen is in there, she's a mated queen. This isn't a swarm, this was a cutout. Dave and I did not see her while doing that cutout, as you know, but there's a good chance we vacuumed her up. There was a ton of drones in this colony too. But you can see them all right here. All those are starting to march in. These right here are nasenoffing. See that little on the tip of their butt there? That's a secretion from their nasenoff gland that they're fanning their wings. It's an attractant. And these bees are scrambling to get inside. So, very good sign. I've seen this before where bees have fooled me and the queen's not in there and they're acting just like this, but it doesn't happen that often. Plus, the frame of larvae there is a really nice insurance policy. At least that's the way I look at it. How many bees left in? I'll be able to get the rest of these out with a little bit of a couple puffs of smoke. A couple more shakes. I do like that Everything Bee Vac though. I'm curious what Dave's final thoughts are on it. It worked pretty well. Man, they're stuck in there like glue though. Smoke it is. Go airborne. Go airborne. Go airborne. Here. Crawl that way if you want. Now this is that swarm that I got from one of my traps. Installed it, found a beautiful queen, marked her blue, had a frame and a half of larva, open larva, came out here yesterday or day before, poof, gone, abscon, WTF. I likely mites, right, would be my guess. I didn't have a chance to shoot them with OA yet because they literally had just moved in. I would have thought that larva would have held them for sure, but I'd have lost that bet. They bivouacked right over there. At least I think that was the bivouac, right? All I know is colony's gone. New colony appears over here on the bush. Think it's them. Haven't checked for the blue dot queen yet, but I had to go do this cutout yesterday. And so I was running out of time. I told Dave, I was like, man, I got to bag this swarm real quick and I'll be over. So I just grabbed this, went over by the shrub, shook the bees in, closed them up. So a lot of bees fell onto the ground. I was like, man, forget it. I just put the entrance on the ground there. Came back late last night in the dark after I was done with Dave. After I was done at Dave's in the cutout. Went over here, not a single bee on the ground. Moved this colony back here. Popped to the top. All the bees are inside. So I'm pretty sure we got a queen in here. It'd be interesting to see if it's that blue dot queen. And basically, might as well check while I'm waiting here. Basically, that would be the... my hunch would be right that this colony absconded and then bivouacked right over there. And if that's the case, my behind better hurry up and get a mite treatment on this colony. I also think they could be very hungry because there was like I don't think there was a lot of resources in this colony. So what's a pain is I don't have a good way to feed in this resource colony. So I'm going to check here to see if I see that queen. I'm pretty sure she's in here because they've stayed. They haven't turned right around and marched out. A little pro tip, if you want, you can breathe on your bees, and that carbon dioxide will cause them to scatter. That way, if you're trying to see if there's a queen clustered under, you can. I'm going to set them off to the side here. All right, I bet she's in here. If I was a betting man. Ooh, that's one of those starter strips. Wonder if they were tearing down that brood. I was just amazed that they abandoned that brood. I got this smoke right in their face. It never fails. Whatever way I'm holding the bees, the smoke will blow directly into them. 10 times out of 10. Let me know if that is your experience as well. Okay, well, I don't see a queen on that one, but I'll stick this back inside. She may be on this next one. Ooh, unmarked queen. So it's not, they just absconded and went somewhere, I don't know where, but this is a, this is a new queen. I'm just gonna throw her in here. She probably made it. All right, I've got her in here and I'll put her in that marking cage here in a minute, but oh yeah, she's made it because I see eggs and very young larvae in there. Oh boy, that's not good. There's water in the bottom of this hive, so I need to tilt this forward. Although, that's a problem because how in the world did water get in there? I am thoroughly confused with that lid. How did water get in there? That's no bueno. How did water get under the lid? Was the lid not on right? Come on. Come on. Isn't it always something in beekeeping when you go to fix one problem, you discover one or two more? Is there anything more true in beekeeping than that? All right, I'm just going to tip this colony forward, drain the water out, and I guess try to figure out what the heck happened. So the water's draining out of the front. I know you can't see it, but it's all running out. What the heck? Consider me confused. I don't see very many dead bees on the bottom, so that's good. They've managed to avoid it. All right, let's move this back. Really confused on that one. Okay, here's that other frame. All right, let's recenter this. Okay, now I'm gonna pause the video real quick. Looks like they're still going in. That's good, they're starting to settle down. I'm gonna go get my blue pen, mark this gal, get her back in the colony. So, I'll be back. And we're back. Okay, got her marked. Get her back down in this resource hive. And it looks like most of those bees have gone in, so it's been a good 2-for-1 right here. It's windy out here. All right. There she goes. There she goes. Down. Oh, go down. There she is. She's right there. Okay. We are good. That's a greasy looking bee. Good grief. All right, we are good. Set that aside. Let's go ahead and get the lid back on this one. Really like to feed these bees. I'm gonna have to think about how I'm gonna do that. I don't want to put a frame feeder in there. That's 2 of the 4 frames. I do have a small, I can use one of those plats. You know what? All right, we're gonna pause the video again. Sorry, you guys, you get what you get on this stuff. I'm gonna go steal a frame of honey and stick it in here. So, BRB. Okay, this is taking a lot longer than I had intended, but here's the frame of resources. So it's all nectar in there. And there's some nectar on the back here, but nectar / honey. I don't know, it's not shaken out, so it's not wet nectar, but that'll feed them. That'll feed them for sure. Okay, she's not on the cover there. I'm gonna take out the one. I'll set this one down. Take this out, make sure she's not on there. I don't see her. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shake them off. Okay, just like that. And here you go, hungry girls. Have at it. Oh, let's turn this around. Put it towards the brood area. And they can move it wherever they need to. And they will. And they're like, yay! Something like that, right? All right, let's see if we can get them, most of these out of the way here. There we go. All right, are we good? I think we're good. No bees in there. Nope, no bees in there. Let's get a roof on them. Call this colony good. How are we doing with the... Oh, where's my brick? Oh, I got a brick over there. I'll go get it in a minute. How are we doing here? Oh, we got an empty bee vac. That's good. So they must have crawled up in there while I was farting around with all this other stuff. That works. That's a good, it's a good sign, right? Looks normal to me. Go ahead and close this up. Ooh, they're still irritated, aren't they? Ouch. Stop. I'm done. Promise. Goodness. Yes, yes, I know you're irritated. Do I have another brick out here? Yes, I do. All right. Isn't this stuff easy, guys? No, it's not. It's a lot of work is what it is. Okay. I got a colony open over there, which I stole the honey frame from, so I got to stick that one in there. Get a couple red bricks on top, but I think that's it. I think we have successfully cut out and rehomed a colony. Now, whether they become queen right and are able to continue, TBD, but I would call that mostly a success. So hope you guys enjoyed this. It really was a lot of fun, especially with Dave. It was just so much honey, just freaking oozing out of our hands. It's been a while since I've seen that much honey in new comb. It was just a hot mess, but I think we did it. And that was a lot of bees. That was a lot of bees. So Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it the thumbs up. You guys have a beautiful day. God bless you and your bees, and we'll see you on the next video.